Lego Ahsoka fans, this one's for you. I'm super keen on this. I absolutely love the design of Shin's Starfighter, and Amy really likes the New Republic E-Wing. So what we're going to do is we're going to split this in half, and I'm going to be building Shin's, and Amy's going to be building the E-Wing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Well, let's get straight into it. I really hope this comes with 2 sets of instructions instead of just one solid book. We actually haven't looked at the inside of this, so here we go. Oh my gosh. The actual moment of truth. 2 books! Sweet. Alright, cool.
Okay.
What the? Your ship is a thicker book, and it's got 6 bags, and mine's only got 4 bags.
Of course it does.
Of course.
Of course.
Alright, so what do we got? I've got 7 to 10, and you've got everything before then. I'm building Shin. There. Hopefully this is on camera. I wish they would do different lightsaber hilts. Like,
No, you haven't said.
yeah, every lightsaber looks like this, but I wish they would do 1 or 2 different hilts. Have kind of like a light side style hilt, have a dark side style hilt, and then have just a third, you know? I wish they would, but costs, I guess.
Right, so who's been watching Ahsoka? We have been watching it every Wednesday, absolutely loving it.
Mostly good.
Mostly. Oh.
Yeah, we have a bit of a love-hate relationship with Star Wars, you know, because obviously original trilogy, phenomenal, and then we grew up with the prequel trilogy. So
Yeah.
seeing that in cinemas as a like 10-year-old boy, maybe. I know you wouldn't have seen it as a 10-year-old boy, but seeing it as a kid, I've got to say, unfortunately, don't hate me. My favorite character was Jar Jar Binks.
Oh, that's so funny.
I think after watching the movie, we walked back to the car, and I was doing his lore. Oh man.
Oh my god.
As a 10-year-old boy.
That's so funny. Mine was Qui-Gon Jinn, and will still always be Qui-Gon Jinn.
I don't know why I didn't pick Darth Maul or someone cool. I picked I picked Jar Jar. And look, we love Jar Jar.
That's totally fine. I loved Phantom Menace growing up. And I have to say, it still has the absolute best lightsaber fight
Yeah, it does.
in the series.
And the best soundtrack.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Same wavelength. Same wavelength.
So I can't be like, I will still put Phantom Menace on. Like, yeah, it's got its awkward moments, but it holds. That lightsaber.
Can we watch Phantom Menace after this?
Yeah, definitely.
And then I've not been too impressed with the run on Disney Plus, in my opinion. Up until Ahsoka, and Ahsoka's been phenomenal, basically.
Andor.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Are you kidding?
I'm sorry. Andor was beautiful.
Andor
Absolute.
is in my top 10, top 5 best TV shows.
Yeah, my favorite characters in Ahsoka, and some of my favorite characters in Star Wars altogether now have become Baylan Skoll and Shin Hati, and just.
Oh, it's the exact same for me. From episode 1,
Yeah.
I've been Team Shin, and it's a little awkward because in all the fights I'm rooting for her.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm on the wrong side. Because I want her to win, and I don't think she's going to.
Yeah. I mean, they're going to keep her around because they have to.
I really hope so.
They really have to. I reckon there's going to be some kind of good shift at some point.
I hope not.
I hope not, but I feel like it is still Disney Star Wars, so I feel like it's going to happen.
I love her vibe. Sometimes, look, it's all nice having the Jedi and all their self-righteousness and all that, but sometimes it's just nice to have a complex character who perhaps thinks more for themselves and gives us a little bit more dimension than two.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, the actors are incredible.
The actors make the characters. That's it.
So
they cast flawlessly.
Why we're just captivated by them instantly was the actors. Everything about them.
I think every episode I've like nudged Amy and said like they haven't said a word, but just their presence on screen says so much about their character. The way Balin sounds proud and strong, and Shin's a little bit more like twitchy, a bit more kind of hunched, you know.
Yes.
The way the characters hold themselves on screen. So like it does kind of feel a bit weird to be rooting for the baddies every fight. And look, I'm so intrigued by what Balin's looking for. Like, what's he up to?
They've done that great, that they've done like the side thing, and what do you guys think Balin is up to? Also, I have to say, I have never built a spaceship before.
Actually, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. This is your first spaceship.
You normally do the spaceships, and I do more buildings and structural.
Yeah, wow. This set confuses me a little bit because we've got Shin's ship, and then we've got just a Misk New Republic ship that doesn't really feature all that much. You know, I don't remember it on screen. You know, I remember this. It probably does. Like, it's probably one of the ships that appear at some point in time, but you just kind of, you know, just a background ship. I would have liked to see this set actually come with one of the other bad guy ships. So
absolutely,
you got Shin's ship, and then a smaller version.
Yeah, when they're chasing Ahsoka and Sabine.
Yeah, having the fight. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, one of those ships.
We've got. Every set doesn't need to be like a good guy, bad guy fight. You can have a couple of bad guy ships, like an army builder, you know?
Yeah. I'm surprised I actually haven't done a Star Wars set before. I don't actually know if I've done one at all.
Yeah.
Because I was the biggest Star Wars fan growing up. I watched those movies so many times, so much so that genuinely, if anyone asked me what I was going to be when I grew up, I said I was going to be a Jedi. Like, straight, 100%. I'm pretty sure, like, even it's still in school.
Yeah.
I told people I was going to be a Jedi. I was so convinced. Oh, dear.
But then what happened? What happened to your love of Star Wars?
Lord of the Rings might have come out. Still has the same vibes. My favorite was Qui-Gon. My favorite was Aragorn. Like, you know, it's still got that, like, that crossover. He's got a sword, they got a lightsaber.
Yeah. Pro tip. Use a brick separator to help with the little tricky stickies. You go, boop. Easy as. And kapow. Complete. Okay. Sorry, if you haven't watched it, go and watch a couple of our shorts because we popped into the Lego store the other day I wanted to grab a couple of the Collector Fig blind bags for the new Marvel, and it was a wild time. It was quite the ride. But
we didn't have any scales to bring.
Yeah, we couldn't weigh them out, so have a look at the short to see how that went. A little spoiler, it went so well. I ended up walking away with something I wasn't planning to from the Lego store that day. I'm so excited about it. I picked up the Ghost, Hera Syndulla's ship, and it looks incredible, and I can't wait to build that. But that's quite a bit of a bigger build, so that's probably going to have to be a couple of videos.
Yeah.
And
I have lots of Lego to build on my own, so I've got some exciting things to do.
And he's got so much Lego to build. You should see it. You should see the pile. It's actually insane.
Ready? Look.
Oh, we clicking?
We click.
That's a big ship. That's a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be.
It is actually really big.
Yeah, okay.
No wonder it's got like a gazillion bags.
Yeah. Ooh, this is my click moment. Click, click, click. It didn't make a big click, but... And then that goes on a ship, like this.
Does this look like...
Oh, now here's my click moment.
That's good.
What's your favorite Star Wars spaceship?
I feel like the first thing that jumps to mind is in the Phantom Menace when Anakin flies the Naboo fighter out.
Yeah. That's a great ship.
That's the first thing that's like, I love that.
Yeah. That's a really good. That's a really good choice.
And then I would build a pod racer.
Yeah.
If you give me a pod racer, I would be so down for that.
Well, you bought me a pod racer ages ago.
I did?
Yeah. It's a cool build.
Cool. So I would build something like that.
I wish they brought out other pod racers. Like, they've got Anakin's, obviously, but I wish they had Sebulba's, because his was the best.
That would be cool.
His was the best.
Yeah. What about you? Do you have a favorite spaceship?
I always loved Boba Fett's, the slave one, which Disney has decided is now called Boba Fett's Starship. That's always been my favorite. Or like, it was Django's in the prequels, Boba's in the sequels. Great design, classic, absolutely classic ship design, that one. Okay, bag 9.
Do you have a favorite lightsaber?
Ooh, favorite lightsaber. Okay. Don't hate on me in the comments, but I love Rey's. I actually bought Rey's from while we were at Disney as well.
It's really nice. We can show you sometime.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I left my blades on the plane. So I don't have any lightsaber blades. A lightsaber blade for you to build. I was really hoping at some point in time during our season we had another one of those like themed builds that had a few seasons, I wanted to make I'm just gonna make it now, but I wanted to do it I wanted to do it on the show. I wanted to make a Star Wars ship, or everyone thought it was going to be Disney themed for some reason. There was some kind of Disney milestone that happened at the same time as filming last year, or when we were filming, and so there was kind of this theory amongst the LEGO Masters cast that there was going to be a Disney thing to it. Nice. Okay, that's pretty cool. Look at this thing. The engine. This is a nice big old cool block. Ooh, I'm about to finish. Here we go. I'm about to finish. Putting the final piece in. The final piece of the puzzle slides in here. Click. Cool. Alright, let's do it. Shin goes in here. Boom. Okay, I'm finished. I'm done. Look at this ship. This is so cool. This is really cool. Okay, so there's a couple of cool features. We've got in here, there's even a hidden compartment, so we can put our contraband, we can put our guns, then we can slot back the compartment cover. I'm not shipping anything. This is like a cool little smuggler's ship. And then in the back, we've got lightsaber storage. We've got Shin. Her seating position's kind of weird. Very reclined. You couldn't really see very much if you reclined that far. But she fits. There's some really cool techniques putting the engine together at the front. So overall, it's a pretty fun build. I love the design of the ship. Love the characters. I actually didn't think it came with Balin's skull, but it does. So that's an extra bonus right there. I think out of the two, this one was definitely the more straightforward. Like, look at Amy's ship. It's so many complicated bits.
There's someone who hasn't ever built a ship before.
We teach the
it's
opposites.
always-
We teach
I
the
know.
exact opposites. You should have built this, but I didn't want you to build.
No, absolutely.
I wanted to build this one.
You wanted to build.
Yeah,
But that's really funny.
Yeah,
So
that's
we
pretty
didn't
funny.
we didn't think it was gonna be like this.
yeah. Now, I never ever use the stud shooters, and 90% of the time, if they're like really obvious and kind of ugly, I'll take them off and replace them with something. But these, I think, work. Sitting out in the front, they're kind of hidden amongst the engine. They're not really just like sticking out on the wing or anything like that, so totally fine. I'll leave them in. I love the colors. I love the use of the yellow and the red, and it's got some great play features. Like, I didn't realize I originally put the gun here, and then I went, wait a second, we can stick it in the secret smuggler's compartment. So there's a lot of cool storytelling, which I think is really important with Lego builds.
Alright, we're up to the last batch, guys. Jane's gonna help me with this to make it go faster.
Yep.
Ready?
All right, let's
Let's
go.
go.
Complete.
Complete?
Yep.
What's with the red?
These are shooters. They shoot. Pew, 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 pew.
Where?
Okay, so I don't know if you've ever used a
No.
shooter before, but you got this.
No.
And you click them in.
What?
Click.
Ah!
And you push this.
Ah!
And it shoots it. Stud shooters.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, great. That was
Cool.
a fun little end.
Yeah. You discovered the stud shooters at least. Alright, what we want to do is put our
Oh yeah,
pilot
we
in.
need a person. I was like, she's good.
Oh, yeah, so if you take his gun off, his hand, and you stick him in, and then you can pull the seat up. And then you can put his gun in the. You can put his gun down here in a little tray.
Yeah, that's impractical.
I don't think it's an ejector seat. I think it's a. It's got a little cargo hold. But I like to think that. Oh no! Pew, 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 pew. Oh no, we're going down. Ejecto-CO.
That's actually it's really cool.
It's cool. Like, it's nice.
Yeah.
Now that you've finished it, it's a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. Like, look at this. I know this is a big ship anyway, but like, they're about the same size, but the complexity of this one is like, just to get the shape.
Yeah.
This one, boop, stick the sides on, easy, done. This one has this crazy wing shape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Close up.
Let me go like this. Oop. Oop. So, what do we think? Your first ever Star Wars ship, how'd that go?
I mean, the ship is fantastic. It looks great.
This looks awesome. What
great.
about the build process for someone who's never built?
I think I've learned what types of Lego I like to build, which is really interesting to do because I've never done this before, so I wouldn't know that there was different types of building that you might like or dislike.
Yeah.
I think I probably won't do this sort of stuff. Look, I would do it if
Cool.
someone gave it to me, but like I wouldn't
Yeah.
put that sort of money into it.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I mean, beautiful display piece. It's great.
Oh, and I liked how thrilled you were at discovering what the stud shooters do. And I think, like, you know, for me, I like machines, I like cars. And this is basically just a car for space. So,
Yeah.
you know, and I think the Star Wars kits are really cool because there's some, not necessarily in Shin's Starfighter, but I always find that they include like really cool little mini details. I don't know if you've seen this, but they've got a storage compartment, and then hidden in there
What?
is another hidden storage compartment, right?
Yeah.
How cool is that?
Amazing.
You know, because it's not in the show. This little storage compartment or the hidden storage compartment, you don't see any of that.
Yeah.
But just like little extra playability features, I think that's really
That's
neat of what
really
Lego do.
Yeah.
And so this ship, on the other hand, all these little bits and pieces, just getting the angle for these wings correct. And I mean, in the end, it looks really cool.
It does. It looks great.
And I think it's funny how opposite these ships are. So
Yeah.
look at this forward cockpit, back cockpit. We've got the wings at the back on the New Republic,
Oh,
but
so
the rings
true.
right
Okay,
at the front.
yeah.
So they're kind of like opposite ships.
Yeah.
I think it's a really cool set. Absolutely, if you're a fan of Star Wars or a fan of spaceships, 100% go out and grab it. I hope you guys had fun watching us build it. If you have any questions you'd like to ask me about my time on LEGO Masters, my experience, or any LEGO questions in general,
Yeah.
feel free to drop me in the comments. If you have any questions about Star Wars and Lord of the Rings, 100% address those to Amy because she just knows everything about those films. So I've got The Ghost and the Phantom coming up soon,
Yeah.
and in that same video, Amy's going to be building one of her new friends' sets. So I know she's really excited about that.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe and check out our channel for more awesome LEGO content.
Yeah.
Cool.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye.